but I'll keep in touch." Tears threatening again, she slipped the envelope into her handbag and tucked the carton under her arm. Feeling more than a little sorry for herself because of the no plans reality, she pushed the last empty-bottomed desk drawer closed with her foot, a bit harder than necessary. "It's been a good 10 years. I'll miss the old place." "We all will," he said, and held the door open for her. A coin rolled slowly across the carpeted floor, stopping at Maureen's feet. He bent and picked it up. "A 1983 Bermuda nickel. Must have been under your desk." Had she really kicked the drawer that hard? She felt a flush of embarrassment. He turned the coin over. "The Queen of England on one side, and an angelfish on the other, but no silver." He handed it to her. "Can't be worth much, but here. Keep it for good luck." "I will." Sliding it into her pocket, she gave a wave with her free hand, stepped into the top-floor elevator, and pushed the down button. Leaving by the employee's ground-level exit, she gave a reluctant backward glance and stepped out into the nearly empty parking lot at the rear of the building. It was early afternoon, and the rain, by then wind-whipped, fell in slanting, stinging sheets. Balancing the carton on the rear fender of a 5-year-old green Subaru Forester, she unlocked the back hatch, shoved the box inside, climbed into the driver's seat, and headed for home. The drive to Saugus on US 1 took Maureen only about half an hour on a good day, and she usually enjoyed the ride. This was not a good day, weather-wise or otherwise. She turned on the radio. More rain and cooler temperatures were forecast. She switched to the easy listening station. Cher's Believe was a much better choice. Maureen had sent a few resumes around recently, but so far nothing had materialized. She hadn't looked inside the envelope Bill had handed her, but was pretty sure there'd be enough there to tide her over for a month or so. Then what? She could head out to California and visit the parents for a little while. But then what? She'd have to find some place she could afford, and it had to be some place that accepted dogs. Sort of big dogs. She smiled, thinking of Finn. Poor Finn. He's out of work, too. She'd acquired the beautiful, lovable golden retriever for way less than he was worth from a guide dog instructor she'd met at yoga class. "He's too friendly, too easily distracted," the woman had told her. "Nice pet, but a dismal failure as a guide dog." Cher crooned something about being sad about leaving. That fit. Maureen was sad to be leaving Bartlett's, no doubt about it. She slowed the Subaru to a stop at a red light, and Cher almost whispered that it was time to move on. Nodding agreement with the lyric, she turned onto Lincoln Avenue, past Kane's Donuts, where a grinning jack-o'-lantern proclaimed the fast-approaching October holiday. Maureen stuck her tongue out at the pumpkin. This isn't a good time to be out of work in Massachusetts with winter coming on, she told herself. High taxes, high rents, and high heating bills. She turned into the alley behind the 2-story house where a cozy second-floor apartment had been her home for a decade. It was a good thing she hadn't signed the new lease Mrs. Hennessy had stuck under her door. The current lease would expire at the end of the month, and now there was no way she'd be able to afford even the modest rent on this place. She'd be able to collect unemployment insurance for a while. She had a 401k, and there was a small savings account. No need to panic. Not yet. She drove into her usual parking space, stepped out onto the rain-soaked ground, opened the hatch, picked up the box, and hurried to the back door. Wiping her feet several times on the rough fiber mat, she went inside, opened the metal mailbox with her name on it, pulled out a few envelopes and a couple of catalogs, and stuffed them into the cardboard box. Starting up the stairway, she heard Finn's welcoming "Woof." "I'm coming, boy," she spoke softly, sliding the box along the wooden banister, hoping the